Would you like to hear about my favorite place on Earth? I spent the whole trip waiting to get here. Let me show you around.
All right, lady.
Welcome to Colorado.
Just amazing.
We were in the San Juan Mountains on the outskirts of Ouray, hiking the most beautiful loop trail I have ever seen. It was our first day back at altitude, and that, combined with the heat, meant we were getting worked. But the view was worth every step and then some.
There you go. Ah, victory! Okay, Fable. Go on. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Most of it was built in 1800. There were people standing. I don't know, did you look at the picture?
And this was the last thing I filmed for a week. We drove northwest and camped in my good friend's front yard. I went on my first all-female multi-pitch climbing expedition, plus learned to crack climb on gorgeous red sandstone, and when we finally bid farewell to my friend and I picked up my camera again, we were on Independence Pass, about to cross the Continental Divide. We stopped to admire a herd of bighorn sheep before arriving at my favorite campsite of the whole trip, nestled in the pines of Dillon, Colorado.
Handicap bends are so much easier.
You know these? That's what you're gonna do?
By now, our camp routines were like clockwork, and Mom and I started to take on certain shared mannerisms.
Look at the birds up there. Ducks.
Time passed too quickly in the Rocky Mountains. We watched a mama moose and her calf stroll right by our campsite near Boulder, saw elk mowing the fairway in Estes Park, and spent an evening listening to a huge herd bugling in Rocky Mountain National Park. Our hearts breaking just a bit to have to leave tomorrow. As a final treat before returning home, we drove north to Badlands National Park for one unforgettable night.
there was a jungle here. And then the jungle died out and the nutrients from the roots went, became sediment, and then there was an ocean here. And then the ocean dried out. And then there was another jungle here. And then that died out. And the first jungle is the yellow and the second jungle is the red. I'm not cooperating. So I haven't added the spinach because I don't want to break the yolks.
Right. Ideal as each. How many parts? 6. 6. So I have 15, 2, 15, 4, 15, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 plus 4 is 12.
And 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh!
16.
16! I'm gonna put that right before a clip of me shuffling. I don't like that very much.
You get to cut.
On our final evening, in an Adirondack rainstorm,
Ready?
we made corned beef and mac and cheese and drank a whole bottle of cheap Prosecco.
My darling daughter. Thank you for the trip of a lifetime.
Thanks for coming along.
Love you.
Love you too. And then we were home. It felt out of nowhere, like we'd been transported suddenly into a different timeline. It was weird. But then Fable found my sister, and my sister found my mom, and all was right with the world. I was hoping to end this road trip with some revelation that I never really came to, other than perhaps this. I am lucky, so stupidly, ridiculously lucky to have seen this little sliver of our planet, and I am laughably beyond lucky to have done it with good company. And if there's a thesis to be found anywhere inside this pile of anecdotes and B-roll, I think it must be this. Hello, post-road trip Madison here, and now that the road trip is over, I've been thinking about what I want to do with this tiny little channel, and I think we're going to pivot to just outdoor adventure. In my day-to-day life, I am always thinking about hiking and backpacking and rock climbing and gravel biking and cross-country skiing. I'm learning to trail run, I'm learning to backcountry ski. I'm not very good at it, but I go into these adventures as often as I can, and I think that's going to be the focus going forward. If you're here for the hiker trailer content, there might be a little bit more for you. I'm working on putting a tour together, and there'll be cameos here and there, but I have had an action-packed winter, and I am really excited to share that with you and see what happens going forward. Thank you for somehow sticking around. Oh, channel name might change. I'm thinking 5'1" Adventures. We'll see what happens.